Finally, soup weather, and we're making one today that most of us only order in restaurants. But Katie Wells, the Wellness Mama, has figured out how to make savory seafood bisque at home. So it's not just a special occasion dish, it's a regular family meal. And this is one your family really likes a lot, too.
They do. Actually, it's my husband and I first discovered it at a local restaurant. And when the restaurant closed, we were so bummed. So I figured out I had to learn how to make it at home. So it took some trial and error, and I finally managed to master the flavors, but also to sneak in a lot of extra vegetables and some other more budget-friendly kinds of fish, because they had just a lobster bisque, and if you use lobster alone, it would get really expensive really fast.
Yeah, so this is more affordable, more healthy, and still just as good.
Exactly. You can probably smell the flavors are really,
I
really
love
good.
it. Yeah. So what's going in the pot already here?
Yeah, so to speed things up, I have already put in the pot grated carrots, some finely chopped celery, 4 cloves of garlic, and a shallot that were all chopped. And I sauteed that in a little bit of butter until they were all starting to wilt and mostly translucent. And then I added in a little bit of wine to deglaze, about 1/4 cup of white wine. And that helps pull any of the flavors that have stuck to the bottom, and also just really intensifies those vegetables. From there,
and then you puree those?
Right from there, so I added bone broth.
Oh yeah, talk about bone broth, because that's something that you're really big on, and I don't know that a lot of folks know about that.
Yeah, so I actually have multiple recipes for this in my cookbook because I feel like it's so important, especially for kids. So bone broth is really good for the gut. It contains amino acids like proline and glycine, which actually help seal the gut and to just really make digestion better and to help even avoid food allergies. There's a lot of emerging evidence that those specific amino acids may help with food allergies.
Wow.
So one trick I always do is when my babies are first eating solid foods, I give them a little bit of bone broth to help seal that gut lining, because babies naturally have a leaky gut so that antibodies from the milk can pass through. So
interesting.
I always make sure to give my kids bone broth. And bone broth on its own can be boring, so I like to mix it into soups like this, or there's a lot of just simple variations. You can make a 5-minute egg drop soup with bone broth and an egg, and it's a fast breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So
and that's in the cookbook too? It
is.
Okay. All right, so we've got all that in there.
Yes, and pureed. So that hides the vegetables, and you can easily double this recipe if you want to make it ahead, because it stores well in the fridge as well.
Okay.
And from there, what I do is simmer lobster tails in that so that the flavors of the lobster intensify in there while it's cooking.
Okay.
Then I take them out, peel them, chop them, and put them back in.
So that's about 1 cup of lump lobster.
Yes.
Okay.
And so as a budget-friendly tip, I always tell people if lobster's not in your budget, which I totally understand because there's times it hasn't been for us, you can use any other kind of white fish. So you could even use like a halibut or a cod, or you can skip it entirely if you want to just lean on the other fish in it, which is crabs and clams.
Okay, great. So, are we ready to dump?
We're ready to dump. So I'm going to put in that lobster and a cup of lump crab from the store.
Yum.
And those come typically in a 1 cup container already.
Perfect.
So that makes it super easy. So from there, I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit, and you can add that cream.
And you're using whole cream.
I am. And I know some people watching may have dairy allergies, and if you do, you can easily substitute coconut milk or any other allergy-friendly milk that you want to use. You would just want to reduce it by about 1/3. So instead of 2 cups, you would want to put about 1 cup and 1/3. That way you still get the same texture. And we probably won't have time to show the entire simmer right now, but this will simmer for about 4 minutes, which lets it thicken up.
Yeah.
And the color will actually darken as well. So the spices that are in it are garlic, paprika, salt, and pepper. And the paprika turns orange as it starts to simmer.
Yeah.
And you can see in the finished product when we get there, it brings out a gorgeous fall color.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful, and it smells fantastic too. And you'll see around the cookbook there some of the other great dishes that are found in there. The Wellness Mama blog, how many folks are on there now?
It depends. We've gotten, in the past few months, up to 10 million visitors per month.
Oh my.
And on social media, we have about 1 million people that follow us. So
that is fantastic. Some great ideas for keeping your family healthy. And yeah, appreciate you sharing this recipe with us too. You'll find this recipe on our website at newschannel5.com, and many more recipes in the Wellness Mama cookbook and on Katie's blog. Just go to wellnessmama.com. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Well, it's